All right. So today I thought maybe we could play a game other than date everything. For the first time, I think, in a while, actually. um, I've really been enjoying date everything. I want to keep playing it, but I figured, it never hurts to diversify a little bit. So I wanted to try this game out. I've had it on my Steam for quite a while. There's cute little anime girls. And I figured, why not? Today's the day. I just started teaching again. My very first day was yesterday. So I'm in a soft, cozy mood due to the back to school season. And I don't know, this looked like a soft, cozy game to match the mood. Oh, perfect! You're tired too. We're all tired together. We could be soft and cozy as a group. Let me take a look at the options here, see if there's anything of interest to me. Yeah, this all looks fine to me. View the content warnings for the game. I think we've got it. Alright, let's see what happens in National Park Girls. I know nothing about this game, even a little bit. I don't even remember buying it, to be honest with you. I know it's just been on my Steam page for like 4 years, unplayed.
Sorry, sweetie. It's stuck. Can't go any lower than that.
You want the window open all the way.
Is that right?
She sounds like she has a completely different microphone quality than the other girl in the car. Alright, I click down on the switch. A sputtering rumble coughs from the window, vibrating beneath the rushing wind as it rips through the car. I don't know if this is like a dating sim, if I'm gonna be dating national park girls that are national parks. I assume that's what it's about. It's about women who are the various American national parks. But I can't say for certain. I did not read the description of the game. I click up on the switch. The window slides the rest of the way up with a smooth purr. I click down again. Smooth purr. It stops halfway. Sputtering rumble. We've got a whole list of sounds going on.
Yep. There's actually a funny story about that.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about the funny story about your car window. Jessie laughs guiltily, waving it off with a shrug and a smile. Classic Jessie.
But I forgot what it was.
Oh, Jessie, you are such a kidder. We smack a bump in the road. The car jolts up, tossing me into the door. I glance in the side mirror as we drive away from a pothole.
Every problem in this park has a story. And there's
I
a
did
lot of
forgot. I
stories.
forgot what this game is about.
The park makes do with what it has, Eve.
I
We're
don't know, she's
resourceful
got a
that
pretty
way.
bad mic quality too. Wow, they're just like me for real! I think this is an indie game. I imagine this was not made on a huge budget, so that probably explains the equipment that we're working with. I roll my eyes as she gives a reassuring grin, but her reflection in the broken window tells a different story. One of concern, rivers of coffee, and a decade of overwork. Oh, Jessie. There might even be a small wrinkle encroaching on her cheerful round face. Anything but that. I know they are just like me for real. They're poor, their microphones are bad. They got a broken ass window, a shitty car. I don't dare say anything. I'm quippy, but I don't have a death wish. Not yet. Oh boy. Our protagonist is a little bit of a sassy pants, it looks like. Yosemite this time of year is a mixture of green and white, where the winter snow still speckles the peaks of stone gray mountains and blends into spring's revived trees. This is gonna make me want to go outside instead of sitting here and playing video games, isn't it? I have a feeling that's where this is headed. It's gonna make me want to go for a walk or something. I close my eyes and let the whistling wind blow onto my face. And for a second, I almost feel like a little girl again, riding in the back of Dad's pickup truck as we zip down the roads of Tioga Pass, anxious to explore the next trail. I'm getting a little bit of backstory sprinkled in here now. Right as I remember the smell of the sweet, fresh air, a van speeds past us, leaving a trail of toxic fumes. The memory is ripped away. Got crop dusted by a truck. The lingering exhaust resembles the similarly gray sky. And I have to wonder, if a storm cloud forms but it doesn't rain, is it still filled with water or is it just hollow? Yes, it has water in it. I don't have to wonder that, because I know. Because I passed 6th grade science, and I know that all clouds are full of water. Yeah, we got poisoned instantly. The first order of business, poisoned by a cloud of toxic fumes. Static crackles out of the radio.
Situation at 1 has been resolved. Over.
Oh, that's good. I was worried about the situation at Wawana. Jessie peels the mic off the dash, one hand on the wheel as she shifts to her supervisor voice. So I assume that she's like a park ranger here at Yosemite.
10-4. Fill me in on the details.
So maybe it's just about girls that work at national parks. And like the girls themselves aren't national parks. I kind of thought it was about like personified national parks, but maybe it's just about girls that like to go to the national park.
The reports end up being at 10:56. White male, early 50s.
What was that white male early 50s up to?
He was stumbling around when I got there. Stopped discharging his firearm as soon as he saw me pull up. Looked like he was shooting at some bottles.
Tisk tisk. They don't let you do that at Yosemite National Park. They don't like it when you shoot at nothing. I scoff. Don't even try to hide it. Jessie shoots me a narrow look.
No altercation. But he didn't need to take a breathalyzer for me to know he was wasted. He's in custody now.
I can almost see the bags sketch themselves under Jessie's eyes as she heaves a deep sigh.
It's only paperwork.
Yeah, I imagine they don't love having to arrest people at the national park.
All right. Thanks, Ernie. I'll be pretty
not
late, so
probably
you
their
can have the
favorite
yogurt
thing
in the
that
fridge
happens
while
there.
filling out the report.
Wait, he's still with the porcupine?
Is the porcupine me, the player character? I guess I am assuming this is the player character. I guess we haven't done anything yet, but it seems like it's from her perspective. I already forgot her name. This is Jessie, my park ranger friend, and I am... question mark for now. My teeth grit against each other, my shoulders stiffen, my quills stand up on end.
Tell him, girl, we already miss her moods. Hope those Tulumne campers have good dental.
Reach over and rip the mic from
Shut
Jessie.
your mouth, Hernandez, or else it's gonna be your fat ass who needs
I think
the
you're
extra
probably right. Her
dental
name is
work.
probably Skibbity Toiler. I can think of no more reasonable or more common name that you would assume for this character than Skibbity Toiler. Alright, so we are Eve, it looks like. Jessie wrestles the radio away from me as Ernie cackles over the radio.
Just have that report on my desk by tomorrow. Over.
Oh, she's like pissed off. She didn't like that at all. Was that not a professional use of the radio channel? I'm still trying to grab the radio by the time she throws it back on the dash. Groaning, I cross my arms and stare thousands of tiny daggers out the window.
Jeez. You know they're just trying to get a rise out of you. Why do you always take the bait?
She actually doesn't look that angry. She kind of just looks like out of it, a little dissociated.
Because if they actually cared about their jobs, they'd be angry too. Not that it matters.
At this point, I'm not even sure I care anymore. Yeah, I probably would not fight with the person that's driving the car through the treacherous national park, but, you know, who am I to say?
It's not
I'm not making the
everyone,
decisions
Eve.
here. Eve
There
is in the
are
driver's
people out
seat.
there who still care.
Who? The campers? Because I can show you some rocks and trees that a certain artist thought made a good canvas.
Oh, so she's, you know, disillusioned with people because of their lack of respect for national parks. I swallowed the urge to spit. So mad I'm gonna spit. I'm gonna spit all over the place, I'm so angry.
That kind of stuff doesn't get fixed overnight.
The shadow casts over Jesse's piercing glare.
Neither did his fractured jaw or your suspension.
She's mad about society. She's mad about humanity. She's mad that she can't just punch people with with impunity at the national park. I slump back into my seat. Feelings of shame or regret are completely absent. All that's there is the gnawing emptiness that always snakes up to my chest and lingers there. Yeah, I like that she's like a violent maniac. She catches you defacing rocks and she punches you until your jaw breaks. This is a very cool character to step into the shoes of. Jesse's face softens. The tender expression reminds me of pity, but it's not quite pity, just sort of reminiscent.
What happened to you? You used to be such a cute cadet.
We love police
What?
brutality when park
I'm not
rangers do
still
it.
cute?
When park rangers do it, it's okay. I flutter my lashes and then roll my eyes. Normally, backtalk like this would get anyone from any profession fired, and secretly I hope it does.
It's that attitude of yours. I remember when you were energetic and determined.
She shoves me. In the moving car, she shoves me?
Be like that again.
You better be like that again, or you're gonna get the shove.
They beat that out of me a while ago.
Jessie frowns for a moment. Then she grips the wheel and strains a smile onto her face. Her dimples look like tight drums. Oh. That's a new one. I don't know if I've ever heard that one before.
Then let's see if we can cram some of that back in.
By a transfer?
By a change of
Oh,
pace.
She's transferring to somewhere new. I see. Thus beginning our adventure in National Park Girls.
You'll love the meadows. It's a little chilly this time of year, but you can bundle up in the cabin. Which you'll have all to yourself, by the way. You can thank Ranger Smith's gin habit for that.
And the camping population?
Honestly, a job that comes with like a cozy cabin in the middle of a beautiful national park kind of sounds ideal. Like that's kind of a dream scenario. The new transfer ranger. Happy Pride. That's not quite. We're how many months? 2 months late? That's close enough.
Don't think you're clever. We used to visit Tuolumne every summer when I was a kid. I know they have a campground there.
She relents with a sigh.
It's mostly hikers and mountain climbers right now, since the road's just opened. But I'm sure they'll come piling in as it warms up. I expect you to do your job.
Great.
Boo! A boss that expects you to do your job.
Remember what you signed
This
up
is
for.
fucked.
Trust
No one
me,
should
I
ever
do.
expect anything of me.
Or I did before I realized the park was just the public's dumping ground.
That's why the National Park Service exists. We can't protect every square inch of land, but we can manage parts of it.
I really don't know how she became a park ranger without anticipating that, like, there were going to be members of the public that were annoying. I feel like any kind of public-facing job, like a primary duty in that position, is going to be, like, dealing with people that are causing problems. Like, I don't know what you thought you were going to be doing. What did you imagine the job to be, if not dealing with the public? Did you think it was going to be like you literally just walk around the park?
If only. For most of these people, the parks are just toll roads. They pay to get drunk for a few days. They'll sit around the campfire and talk about how much they connect with nature.
What do you want them to be
and
doing?
Maybe even write poetry about it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna start doing this at work. I'm gonna start going to work, and my boss will be like, "Can you please teach a lesson?" And I'll be like, ah. I'll be like, "They don't even respect the classroom."
And then they'll leave the fire smoldering, forget to pick up their trash, and leave.
That's actually what my students do as well. They come in, they leave fire smoldering, they forget to pick up their trash, and they leave. I would say those are the main 3 things that they do. Jessie cringes and audibly swallows. She stares at me with this uncomfortable gaze like something ugly she can't quite look away from. And the truth is ugly, so fine, let her. I'm already sick of this girl's attitude. She puts on another one of her smiles.
Well, that's why we're
here, right?
I mean, yeah,
That's
literally, yes, that is the job.
Enforcing the law to protect the land. But who are we protecting it for?
I don't know, for the plants and the animals? Yeah, I mean, I understand, it's frustrating when people show up and act like a loser, but like, I don't know, that's most of the public. That's what most people do in just any given situation. So, I stare at Jessie with flat eyes, waiting for an answer I know will never come. Likewise, she side-eyes me, waiting as the radio occasionally crackles with a report.
The same people who are destroying it.
I lean back into my seat and stare out the window.
And where's the justice in a job like that?
Yeah, again, I feel like you can protect the land just kind of for its own sake. Because of its value as a natural resource. And not necessarily for the campers that you hate. The sun pokes through an opening in the clouds, but a sea of gray swallows it soon after. Jessie says nothing. I hear her fist squeeze around the rubber grip of the steering wheel. A knuckle pops, then silence. She's like, on the other side of the car. Wow, we read through the first scene of episode 1. I don't know if you guys can even see the pop-ups for achievements, but we have achieved something here. We pass a clearing. The forest that's been trailing us up until now stops. In the distance, I spot the smooth stone peak of Lambert Dome. What is Lambert Dome? I've never been to Yosemite National Park. I don't know if any of you have. I'm sure it's beautiful, but I know pretty much nothing about it. Sometimes we would make that hike when I was a kid, and when we reached the top, I always felt like I discovered a higher perspective. Everything seemed so small, the answers seemed so clear. I wonder if I stood up there now, would it be the same? Would I be haunted by the ills of society? Is what I do important? Does protecting this land and preserving its dignity serve any purpose? Yes, obviously. Why wouldn't it? Does anything? Okay, I mean, I think at this point maybe you're just generally depressed. I don't think your job is the problem at this point. Oh, you went to a national park? That's good. I'm glad that they do, like, actually control what people do there. The National Park Service, I mean, they do great work. They're sort of the last line of defense for these places. So I'm glad that they are doing their jobs and that the places are nice. Everything's being kept. By the time we begin passing families of pop-up tents and lawn chairs, the sky is dimmed to a deep gray. Slivers of blood orange and red glow out from pockets of open sky. It's a bit ominous. We hook left and take a short, beaten path. The tires crunch over the dirt and gravel, and then stop. Jessie twists off the ignition. Birds chirp in the fresh silence that only breathes through the air when a vehicle stops.
We're here.
You know, the chirping birds that follow your vehicles and start chirping as soon as the sound stops? Happens to me all the time. This is the most depressed little anime girl in the world. Look at her. She barely has a face. She is so sad that her, like, mouth and nose are retreating out of existence. She's got almost no face left to her name. I'm out of the car before she even finishes, dragging my luggage out from the back. Arcing into a stretch, I take my first unobstructed look at the cabin. It's absolutely beautiful. This is a beautiful place to live. It's a modest building guarded by a crowd of trees that extend far into the air, lumbering over the pointed roof. Nearly every inch of the cabin is built— oh, she's disappearing. She's almost gone, guys! First it was her face, then the rest of her. It's inoffensively smooth. Tree bark has more texture.
Not too small for you, is it?
Okay, she's back. Don't be afraid, guys. She returned to us. She's flashed back into existence. Jessie walks up beside me, twirling the keys around her finger. I glance over my shoulder. The campground is hidden behind a thick row of trees. Small glimpses of tents poke out behind them.
Nah, it's perfect.
Oh, she's got tiny little baby hands, too. Only 4 fingers. I'm so poor I can only afford 4 fingers. The wood creaks under our boots as we climb up the steps.
There's another station nearby, but they mostly oversee boring bureaucratic stuff. They'll leave you alone, but you might have to hand out permits if they're ever out for lunch or something.
Do I have discretion?
Do you have discretion? Do you get to decide who doesn't deserve a permit?
Not a chance, sweetie.
Yeah, probably wise. I just noticed that they have different little backgrounds on their dialogue boxes. Like Jessie has this little steaming mug, and my girl has like a ranger hat on hers. It's kind of a cute detail. She shoots me down with a song in her voice and a spring in her step.
Knowing you, you tell them to jump in the lake before ever letting them fish in it.
She's got me there. I hate fishing. I love nature and I hate fishing and I hate campers. The musty smell of damp wood wafts into my nostrils as she opens the door. It's a beautiful little cabin.
Ooh, cozy.
Extremely. Jessie flips on the lights and steps aside.
That's one word for it.
What is your problem? My face betrays my sarcasm. It reminds me of a shoebox diorama. Damn, girl. Do you like camping? Because I feel like this is a very nice place to camp. All the space is utilized and everything is exactly where it should be, from the fluffed up bed nestled in the corner to the fireplace built with rock. Yeah, no, it seems like a super nice place. I would doubt that this place has decent Wi-Fi, but I don't know. Maybe it does. This is made up land. It could be anything you want. There's not even a TV, just a rocking chair and a lived-in leather couch that sits around the coffee table. Jessie slides her finger down a desk, then squints as she rubs it against her thumb. Is it super dusty in here?
Huh, not as dusty as I thought it'd be.
It's not even dusty. Girl, it's not even dusty.
Maybe Ranger Smith liked chugging Windex, too.
I dropped my bags and frisbee and my hat on the couch. Sorry, I could not register what she meant by that. I was like, my bags and my frisbee and my hat? No, she's meaning that she threw her hat like a frisbee, which makes... Actually, it doesn't make more sense. That doesn't make any more sense than the previous option. It misses and lands lopsided on the floor.
Not unless he snuck back recently.
The hardwood floor bends beneath my weight as I explore the rest of the cabin, wandering off to inspect the stone fireplace. An unburned log sits in a pile of ash. The fireplace is so cool. It'd be so cool to have like a central fireplace like this. My house that I lived in used to have one, but I think the previous owner must have ripped it out. There's still like the chimney part, but there's no fireplace left. Cobwebs weave around the well-swept corners and polished floor as if they were intentionally avoided. The place is clean, but whoever the neat freak is must not have any guts. Maybe they want to let the spiders live their lives, do natural pest control, keep the mosquitoes out. That would be my main concern in a place like this, would be mosquitoes. I don't mind bugs in general. I'm not squeamish about bugs, but I hate mosquito bites. It makes me absolutely insane. Aww, that's a really sweet story. Your uncle would light fires for Christmas out in the countryside. That sounds cozy. Mosquitoes are indeed evil. I'm not a big mosquito person. I like most bugs. The vast majority of bugs I like. I am not a fan of the mosquitoes. fuzzy spider trapezes from the ceiling. I look to make sure Jessie isn't looking and then give it a tiny wave as it pendulums in front of me. So she also likes spiders. She likes bugs. My voice drops to a whisper.
Hi.
She's befriending the bugs.
What was that?
I didn't expect her to come, like, rocketing off the side like that.
Nothing.
With a quick swing, the spider leaps away from me, landing in the middle of a trio of paintings hung on the wall above the dining table. No, I wasn't expecting that either. It was, like, startling. She came at us so fast. Arranged in a triangle, each painting showcases gorgeous landscapes and scenic vistas, their locations scribbled in the corner. Yosemite. This is Zion. One of these must be Yosemite, and the other one is Yellowstone. All national parks. All beautiful. Yeah, I guess she doesn't like people. She likes nature. She likes the natural world. The spider crawls along the painting of Zion. In this one, lush greenery sprawls out into a deep valley below. Okay, so I was correct. That one is Zion. Guarded on both sides by fiery red cliffs and mountains. The Yellowstone painting is of a winding trail, spiraling to the top of a mountain. Which one of these other two shows that? They both just kind of look like, I don't know, a big field with a mountain at the back. Splotches of vibrant trees are scattered across the rich mountainside. Beyond it, flat plains stretch out into the distance before dipping into a canyon. Where are you seeing all that? Finally, above them is Yosemite. Okay, so the top one is Yosemite. I know exactly what this painting is of. You only need to take a few steps outside to see it. It's the breathtaking view from the top of Lembert Dome overlooking all of Tulumna Meadows. Whew, I'm struggling with some of these words. From the thick forest to the Tulumna River that winds all the way to the snow-speckled peaks of the Sierra Mountains. I've hiked up there so many times I could probably point out exactly where we are. I wish I was up there now. I mean, seems attainable. You said it's just a few steps outside. So I think we could make that happen. I feel like we could manage. I would scream my guts out until I was hoarse and no one would hear me. This might be my favorite of the three, but something feels off about it. After a bit more squinting and head tilting, I decide this painting is too crooked for its own good. The frame is off-center. If there were a hiker in this painting, they would plummet to their deaths. Is it off-center? It looks normal to me. With a soft grip, I grab the sides of the painting and begin to delicately, slowly, gently straighten. Now, the way that you said that makes me suspect that you are not slow or gentle enough. A sharp squeak rattles through the air, so loud I can feel it in the floorboards. Shivers crawl up my spine as I nearly leap out of my uniform.
Geez, so jumpy.
Giggling, Jessie squeezes past the dining table and rests against the counter. Oh, it was just the sound? Nothing happened? I thought it was gonna, like, fall down or something.
It's just the cabin settling. This place is old, so it's gonna be a little noisy.
Her voice drops an octave. All that's missing is a flashlight below her face.
Kind of spooky, huh?
I feel like Jessie has given us, like, a decent range of expressions, you know, this sprite, but, like, our girl has had this exact same face since the beginning of the game. It just has not moved. All she does is kind of shift around in the environment. She never makes a different face.
Not really.
Sometimes she brings her hand up. Cabin squeaks again and my shoulders tense. Jessie grins, thoroughly entertained.
Some of the past rangers stationed here always said it was haunted. Personally, I think it was just something in the coffee.
Haunted? Is this a ghost story? National Park ghosts? She picks up the percolator off the stove and rattles it around. Flipping open the lid, she pulls out a small bottle of bottom shelf gin.
Our tax dollars at work.
Yeah, they really do emphasize the dimples a lot for a dev team that did not include dimples on her.
Just be happy we're not privatized yet. Make sure to recycle this later.
Recycle the gin? Or the bottle? I can drink the gin, right? I don't have to recycle the gin. The gin is acceptable to drink. She hands me the bottle and tampers off towards the cabinet. I set it down on the counter and follow behind.
Question. When was the last time you were at the range?
Like the shooting range?
To shoot?
Oh,
God,
yeah,
I
okay,
don't
shooting
know.
range. Scratching my head, I think back to the last time I unholstered my sidearm. Despite the faint temptation from being surrounded by obnoxious campers, it's about as rare as an eclipse. So she does feel tempted to just shoot random people. Random civilians with her sidearm. It's not ideal for a person armed by the state.
About a year ago, I guess, when you dragged us all down there
She's
on our
hunting
day
the
off
most
to
dangerous
practice.
game. She unlocks the cabinet, leaving the key in as she opens the door. A slender gun leans against the back.
An off day
She's
for you
arming
guys,
me
maybe.
more?
I'd kill to just have one weekend off.
The words slip out of her, and as soon as they do, she glances at me, and then the gun. I would kill to have one day off, and I will kill to have one day off.
I didn't mean, like... You know I won't actually.
This is actually very ominous. What is with this? With the ghosts and the guns and the talk about killing people? Is this supposed to be ominous? Why is it, like, scary in here? I stare straight through her as she fumbles around with her words. She coughs.
Anyway, what we have here is your standard issue pump action Remington 870.
I thought this was a cozy game. They could have fooled me. They're giving me a pump action shotgun.
Also known as a shotgun.
A bright sheen glistens off the gun, both the butt and the pump sharing the same glossy wooden finish. What the fuck?
Fancy. This actually doesn't
extra
look
gun?
like it'll fall apart in my
You're
hands.
giving me another gun? My eyes drift to the desk radio that was assuredly used by Navajo codebreakers in World War II. It's just, a fun fact about my desk radio. In case you were wondering about the backstory of the desk radio, figured I'd fill you in.
Count on the DOI to have their priorities straight. When have I ever turned down new equipment?
Judging by the bedroom eyes she's giving the gun, I'd say the answer is pretty clear. They're so
Still,
bloodthirsty.
This is a bit excessive. I don't need this much heat for grunt work.
They are giving you this gun for the ghosts, for sure. For whatever ghosts and monsters are in this cabin. Yeah, apparently I'm not very good at picking cozy games. I thought this would be like a relaxing, sweet little game about, like, nature. Instead, the dialogue I'm looking at is a sidearm and a shotgun. It's my lucky day! What is this, the 4th of July? Okay.
It's just a precaution. Hopefully you never have to use it. It's not like everyone is asking you to carry it around on patrol, which I expect you to do every day.
When would she have to use it? When would she need a pump-action shotgun in the line of duty as a park ranger? Like for a bear, maybe?
Can I do that before sunrise? So I don't have to talk to anyone, ever?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, kind of not your job at all.
I will not allow you to be a weird forest hermit under my watch. You need to have some positive experiences, okay?
Setting her up for positive experiences by putting her in a weird haunted cabin with a pump-action shotgun. Yeah, within a week she's going feral, for sure. My mind blanks out into a field of static as Jesse's tangent gains more momentum. As my thoughts wander, I start to hear more noises. Ooh, I'm a ghost! The creaking of the cabin, the howling of the wind, the ghost in the back, then actual howling, pack of wolves attacking, the firing of my pump-action shotgun. She clearly wants to be a forest hermit. I don't think she wants to be a park ranger. I think what she wants is to be a forest hermit. Why are they just staring at me? Why are they looking at me like that? Actual howling? That was weird. What was that? What happened? Why did they do it? This game is scary. Why is it scary? If Jessie heard it, then she's ignoring it as her ranting continues to go places entirely unrelated to my misanthropy. Is the howling is inside her mind? She's imagining the howls? There's just howls, like, in her brain? Scratching begins to scuff at the door. At first, it's as soft as a whisper, and then could maybe even be a branch or leaves, but the longer it goes on, the faster it gets, and soon it's desperately clawing into the woods. There is something coming in! What did I buy? What is this? I break away from Jessie, tiptoeing to the door.
Hey, don't walk away. I'm scalding.
Get away from the door. There's wolves out there.
Shh.
I hush her with a finger to my lips. We go silent. Twisting the cold knob, I ease open the door. Now, why would you open the door? Why would you open the door for the wolves? For the wolves to come in? Nothing. It was ghost wolves. Just kidding. It's this thing. A yelp squeaks out below me. Oh, it was just this fucking thing. I don't know what this is, but it was this thing. I look down and come face to face with the love of my life. An adorable puppy, its floppy ears barely reaching my ankles, pants in front of me. Oh, it's panting, not like it's leaving its pants in front of me. I can't fucking read today. Apparently this is a dog. This is apparently supposed to be a puppy. Does not look like a puppy to me. Looks like a weird sort of fox-wolf hybrid thing. But, you know, who am I to say? Its small paws scratch at my boots.
Oh my god. Buddy.
Buddy? I drop to one knee. My heart melts as I stroke its soft, fox-red fur. So was just this one dog doing all of that howling? It was
What
just
are you
one
doing
puppy?
here, pup? Huh?
That was not the sound we were hearing before. As if answering me, he gives a tiny howl, but it breaks into a yelp. With a whine, he snuggles into my knee. I mean, he's cute! I don't think I believe this is a dog, though. I kind of think it's like a coyote or like, I don't know, something. This is heaven and I'm dead. Possible.
And get away from that.
Sprinting across the room, Jessie charges at the door. I do my best matador impression and dive out of the way. Yeah, I mean, you really can't be, like, playing with wild animals. The National Park Service does not encourage that. Jessie stomps on the floor, her boot inching closer to Pup with every loud thud. She's trying to scare it off. So I guess it is a wild animal.
Shoo!
It's
Get
not
out
a
of
dog.
here! Get!
It's some other kind of cane. Fucking pushing it. She's shoving all the time. She's a shover. Every single scene so far, she has shoved something. Pup yaps back, briefly challenging it, but whatever that giant, merciless boot lunges forward, his compact frame lunges back. The fight continues onto the porch. With one last growl of defiance, Pup scampers off into the bushes. His ears poke above the leaves as he stalks us from the brush.
What the hell? He wasn't doing anything. You scared him.
Yeah, he doesn't belong in a house, though.
Good. Maybe it'll stay away then.
I glare at Jessie like she's the devil incarnate because she is. I feel like as a park ranger, like, I don't know, you should know that you really should not be, like, interacting with the wildlife. You're kind of supposed to let it do its own thing outside.
Don't give me that look.
Hence, you know, the preservation of the park. I reinforce my gaze with more steel. Yeah, she probably could have gotten by without kicking the dog. Probably not the ideal way to handle the situation either.
Orphaned coyote Pup started coming around the camp, and Smith, in his infinite wisdom, decided to feed it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Unfortunately, I don't think they let you do that. I glance towards the bush again, but by now he's gone, hiding somewhere in the shadows as the sky darkens. I'll need to set out a dish for him later. Don't feed it, no! Let it go back out into the woods and learn to hunt.
Don't!
Jessie scolds me with a single wag of her finger. Did she read my mind? I mean, you were pretty obvious about it when you started walking up to it, going like, "Ooh, little gosh, a buddy."
I didn't say anything.
But you thought it. And if you have any sense, you'll...
She pauses, glancing up as the last glimpse of sunlight is snuffed out.
I'll lecture you another day. But for now, I have to get back to the station. Before Hernandez eats all the yogurt.
Critical that we do not miss the yogurt. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to feed this coyote. I don't think that's something that you should be doing, as a member of the National Park Service. I mean, I'm not a professional. I would say generally advised against. With a nudge from her elbow, she starts for the truck.
Yeah. Kick his ass for me.
Get your yogurt. I stare down at the scuff marks on my boots, tracked with dirt and dust from all 12,000 miles of the park, all of which I have walked today in these boots. Not nearly as polished or shined as Jessie's or even that gun.
What's wrong? I thought you loved dirty jokes.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
She's sad because she couldn't adopt the coyote. In the far reaches behind the cover of the trees, I see the orange glow of a campfire. The muffled chatter and laughter of the campers carries from across the woods. My day is ruined by their happiness. A tender smile spreads across Jessie's face. She sweeps me under her arm and into a hug. I think of breaking away, but her gentle warmth is nice, and it's kind of cold out.
You're going to do fine, sweetie.
Yeah, until I bust open the next guy.
I mean, just don't do that. This seems like the easiest problem to solve in the whole world. Just don't punch people. Choose not to do that. I rest my forehead against her badge. The badge edges dig into my skin.
Hey, don't think like that. I didn't vouch for you because I thought you make the same mistake twice.
Look at her, she's crying. She's crying because you're standing here thinking about punching more people.
You're a good ranger, Eve. If more of us were like you and cared more about what's around us and less about our pensions, then the force would be better off.
Eve is notorious for not caring about her pension.
This will be good
She
for you.
does not care about retirement.
If you can straighten
She will
yourself
never
out
retire.
here, then you can do anything. So try to have some fun, okay?
Okay.
I rumble it out. She has too much faith in me. Maybe all of that was true at some point, but now I can take or leave the pension and the land. None of it matters, except my friend Spider and my friend Baby Coyote. Not to the wigs at the top, not to the public, not to society, and not to me. Oh! She's stealing us. Goodbye! Jessie swings an arm around my shoulder and walks us to the truck.
And besides, I'm just a radio call away if you ever miss me. I'll call every day to check in.
Yeah, we almost died. We were almost gone forever. She climbs into the truck and starts it up. The revving of the engine is so loud, I expect it to shake off all the rust that's carved itself into the bumper.
No slacking off now.
It's absolutely roasting her car through this whole first chapter as well. She drops the keys in my hands and shuts the door. The headlights streak into the night air, beaming against the silhouetted cabin. The window rolls down. All the way down. So, like, did she trick us earlier? Did she lie about her window being broken? Why would she do that? What was the purpose there? With a confident smirk, Jessie tips the brim of her hat.
And Eve, you're wrong.
My window isn't broken, actually. You didn't know how to use the switch. Might actually have been pointed if that was the last thing she said before leaving, but it hadn't even been 10 minutes when she drove back and barged through the door in a panic. She left the key to the station on the lanyard she gave me, and the key to the library, and the key to the toll booth. Oh, we're writing a letter to a mystery person named Teddy. I swear, Teddy, with how seriously that woman takes her work, she has no right to be as airy as she is. Who do you guys think Teddy is? A person from my past, or like a literal teddy bear? I guess I'd start to slip a little too if I were working on an endless stream of hours and got as little acknowledgement as she does. After 4 years, it's hard not to respect her. There's not a moment where she isn't on a call or filling in for someone or blazing through reports, yet somehow she manages to stay as bubbly as dish soap. How is she able to stay so peppy and motivated? I can't figure it out, and I doubt I ever will. I'm sure my negative outlook and terrible attitude are helping me in that pursuit. That's enough about Jessie. I write about her at least twice a week. Let's talk about my newly assigned post, Teddy. The cabin itself is fine, definitely more my pace than where I was before. Furniture is old and cheap and perfect. I'm looking forward to the last bit of rain for the season so I can feel the warmth of the fireplace and listen to the raindrops patter against the roof as I doze off on that lumpy couch. That actually sounds like a lovely afternoon. Sounds extremely relaxing right now. If it weren't for the circumstances, Yeah, there is a teddy bear superimposed on the background here, which is making me think maybe this is a literal teddy bear that we're writing to. If it weren't for the circumstances, it might even be a dream come true. But in the end, I know why I'm really here, and deep down, regardless of accompanying words, Jessie knows why I'm here too. Teddy, the fact of the matter is this. I'm here because I snarked off one too many times, cracked one too many jaws. Cracking one jaw is too many jaws for a park ranger, darling. There are no jaws that a park ranger is supposed to be cracking. I can't choke back the last speck of pride about what it is I do, and that makes me a problem. No matter how hard I try, I can't detach myself completely. There's still a small spark, and all I want is to snuff it out. That's why I'm here, for penance and training. Call it what you will, a new post, a live-in job, but I know what it really is. A purgatory. It just seems like needlessly dark for this circumstance. My pen hovers above the page, inches from carving my thoughts into stone. Once that happens, they can't be taken back. It's a scary thought. I mean, they can. You can throw the paper into the fire and no one will ever know anything that you wrote in here. She does have anger issues. You know what? Good for her. It takes all kinds, right? Girls who are great, girls who suck, girls who are terrible at their jobs and hate everybody. Sighing, I drop the pen and reach for my mug, but instead of the lukewarm coffee I've come to tolerate, all that's left is a brown ring crusted around the bottom. No, I think this will be good for her. I think it'll be good for her mental state to be isolated in a dark, scary cabin with ghosts and spiders. I have to imagine that will improve her mental health tremendously. I stretch out of the chair and let my longest yawn in at least 20 minutes. Maybe even 30. A haunted cabin full of spiders and 2 guns as well. Can't forget about that. I drag my carcass to the stove and pour myself the last of the coffee from the percolator. Steam rises from the mug. The coffee is thick and sludges around like motor oil. Overcooked and bitter, it almost tastes like it too. Wow, you really are sunshine and rainbows from beginning to end, huh? I'm not a snob, and coffee is still coffee, even if a gas station could whip up a better brew, and a percolator works as well as anything else. Besides, there's charm in that, isn't there? Enjoying things that are inferior and outdated. I'm forced to stare at my reflection as I sip the coffee, but it soon turns into a foggy murk and I can't see anything. Awesome. It's filling with fog. That's exactly what I needed from my haunted cabin. It's all that oil seeping into the furnace. A gross thought, but that doesn't matter as long as it gives me energy to keep going. Journaling is hard work. Maybe even harder than working for the Park Service. You don't have to do it. If you don't like it, you're welcome to not journal. Originally, it was just a way to get out all the energy that was bubbling around inside of me. Butterflies, hopes for the future, dreams of making the park experience even better. That eagerness morphed into a slow realization, and over time, that morphed into whatever I am now. Oh my god. I know. I know, she's very sad she's lost her spark. I understand. Other things can begin occurring. It's okay. Journaling became time for sharp, focused reflection. It's a good way to cope. Some people drink, some people get high. I also drink and get high, but I also complain about everything to a notebook. Additionally, by now I have at least a dozen of them filled out. Teddy volumes 1 to 12. I like to think they all share the same consciousness. Oh, so Teddy is the journal. That's the name of the diary that she's writing in. The cup warms my hand as I lean against the counter. The wind kicks the cabin. If I listen closely, I can hear the night's nocturnal whispers from outside. Chirping from crickets, the steady shaking of leaves. I do like the soundtrack in this game. I think there's a very nice, like, cozy sound design going on with the fire sounds and the wind sounds and the acoustic soundtrack. Yeah, I think it would be sweet if we got a scene where she was getting drunk and high. Like, just totally fucked up in the cabin, getting completely crossed in the woods. It makes me realize just how thin of a barrier from the outside world this place is. A cramped, fenced-in box. The only thing keeping me from the same darkness that's out there is a few dim lamps. A small choir of laughter and chatter echoes from the outside. Reality decides to give me a slap in the face in the form of people who are happy. as I open the curtains and peer through the window. A group of 4 shadowy figures trip and wobble through the brush. One of them falls flat on their face. They laugh even harder than before. Speaking of needing a barrier from the outside world. I stomp over to the desk and snatch the flashlight. She's going after him. She's coming. She's about to crack some jaws. Watch out, campers. You can't even begin to suspect what's emerging from this cabin. As I march over to the door, I remember that I've changed out of my uniform into tattered jeans and a flannel. Hardly authoritarian. Yeah, she's already, pumping the shotgun on her way out the door. I like how they didn't draw the flashlight, they just kind of drew her hand, cupped, as if there was a flashlight in it. I reach over to the couch and grab my hat. Better. They didn't draw the hat either, they drew no part of what they're describing here. The brisk air kisses me as I swing open and then switch on the flashlight. I shine the beam right in their faces. They freeze like deer about to be mowed down by an oncoming semi. Their laughter quiets into hushed chuckles, and the only one with half a brain tells them to shut up. One of them stashes a bottle in their coat. I have successfully ruined their evening. The one up front, the smart one, squints at me through the light. His shoulders relax, and he throws me a casual wave.
Oh, hey! Are you on break too? Wanna hang?
Dumbass Camper is this dude's name. Did your mom call you that? Is that on your birth certificate? Dumbass Camper? 1,000 more of these kids could mistake me for another student their age, and it still wouldn't stop me from lobotomizing them with my eyes. There is a lot of violence in her heart. She's a very dark character. I slip on my hat and stay silent. The Old Testament fear of the Abrahamic God shadows his face. They all shrink back.
Do you know how many people go missing out here?
Jesus Christ, Eve.
Well, what?
I said, do you know how many people disappear in these parts annually?
Looks to his friends for an answer to my trivia question. They shake their heads. He looks back to me and shakes his head. The entire group shakes their heads together. I shake my head. They shake their heads. The coyote shakes his head in the bush. The bush shakes its head.
I'm sorry, I don't...
His hands are raised in surrender, the embers of a cigarette glowing between his fingers.
Another question.
Yes, ma'am!
Whoa. Take down the energy a notch, dumbass camper. A lot of people go missing around these areas now that I'm here. Our voices bounce across the woods.
Do you know how much paperwork I have to do if one of you has so much steps on a pine cone?
I don't believe that's true. I think it's okay if you step on a pine cone. Again, I don't work for the Park Service. I don't know for sure, but I'm fairly certain that stepping on a pine cone is minimal enough that you would not have to do paperwork about it.
Is it... a lot?
His friends nod. He nods back.
Yeah, a lot, right?
Let's just
This dude's
say
got a
it's
great
more
energy.
work than you've
I
probably
hope
turned
dumbass
in
camper
this
becomes the main
entire
character.
semester.
That gets a laugh from one of his buddies. He shuts up as soon as I shine the light on him.
Do
There
me
will be
a
no
favor
laughing in
and
my
stumble
woods.
back to camp, okay? I'd rather not have to explain to my supervisor how you all fell off a cliff.
Yeah, park rangers actually have to fill out an entire 300-page novel if you step on a stick and it breaks in half. The two girls hidden behind the others give me dirty looks. The kind idiots give to fast food workers when they're told they're out of fries. I turn the flashlight up to the highest setting. They all let out a collective groan as they shield their eyes. I have successfully blinded them. They'll never see my shotgun coming.
Go on, you heard me. You can bum around all you want once the sun comes up.
I point the light at the path back and brighten the way. He takes a few steps back and gives me a gracious nod.
Sure thing. Sorry for the trouble. Have a good night.
These people actually seem very nice.
I won't, but thanks.
She is so, literally nothing will please this woman. I won't. They follow the beam of light back to the path. One of them makes sure to flip me off along the way. I switch off the light as they disappear into the brush and the trees. I hope they all actually do fall off a cliff. No! No, you don't. You don't mean that. Eve, I know this isn't your heart. As I turn to go inside, a spike of movement rustles in the bushes. If that's your coyote. My body goes numb. I freeze, only allowing my eyes to drift over to the source. Nuttin'. Turning around, I creep forward, reaching for a sidearm that isn't there. I step into the dirt, porch creaking behind me. Then the bush shakes with a surge of movement. It's a zombie! No, it's not a zombie, it's a coyote. The ball of fur explodes through the leaves. Its paws scrape against the ground before skidding to a stop at my feet. I had a feeling it was going to be our cute little animal friend, and perhaps nothing actually dangerous. Breathing out a sigh of relief, I bend over to greet my prince.
Decided to come back, huh? Couldn't resist my charm.
His ears pin back as I scratch the scruff of his neck. Okay. So the campers cannot accidentally step on a pine cone. That's too much disruption to the natural order of the forest. But Eve can feed and scratch and pet a wild coyote, and this is somehow not disruptive to the natural order of the forest. This is completely, like, leave no trace, no impact whatsoever. He almost looked deranged while I pet, his goofy-looking pupils struggling to center with the whites of his eyes. What?
You're an unbelievably giant dork.
Do not touch wild animals. An ear flops over. If my heart had strings, you could play the fiddle.
This isn't fair. I might seriously die.
Eve, you're a bad park ranger. I glance over at the empty food dish near the door. He ate every bite. He has to be sleepy by now. Just look at that belly. It's so round and cute and pink, and I'm going to die from this. I just know I am. Again, I think I'd be a little concerned if he had a visibly round belly. Like, that kind of sounds like canine bloat. But, you know, who am I to say? I'm just a person with a dog. Doesn't take much to coax him in. You're bringing him inside? All I have to do is stand aside and Pup sprints inside on his own, hitting every piece of furniture like a pinball. Yeah, dude, it's a wild fucking animal. It's a fucking coyote. It's not a stray dog. It's a coyote.
I usually offer coffee first.
Girl. He nearly somersaults across the floor, and my dusty lap actually gets some use for once. A gust of chilling wind breezes past me. It lifts up my hat, but I grip the back in time. Strands of my hair fly in the same direction. The trees sway violently, shaking their branches like angry fists. Mother Nature is angry that I've kidnapped this coyote from the woods. Clouds curtain the last sliver of the moon, submerging the woods in a darkness deeper than any sleep. The cold seeps into the notches of my spine. Shuddering, I rub the warmth back into me, locking the door on the way inside. I cannot believe that she took this coyote inside the cabin. That's so insane. Like thunder, Pup runs up to me as I enter. Then, like lightning, he bolts back onto the couch. I grab a pillow from the bed, then meet Pup at the couch. His front legs stay perched on the back of the couch as he peers over it.
Oh, no you don't.
I mean, they're gonna have to do something about this, right? You can't just domesticate a random wild animal from the woods. Like, you're gonna have to put it in, like, a sanctuary or something, right? Like a rescue. Because, like, it's not gonna be able to go back into the woods when it's big. Because it's used to being taken care of by people now. Like, it's not gonna learn to, like, hunt and, like, live in the woods. Because you have fed it and taken care of it. But it's gonna get bigger and more destructive and more dangerous because it's a coyote. So you're not gonna be able to keep it in your house either. Girl. I snatch him up by the fat of his neck. He nips at my wrist, but it tickles more than anything. I drop the pillow, then I drop Pup on top of it. See, it will not tickle forever, though. It's not gonna tickle when it's a fully grown coyote. Is the thing. First, he tries to wiggle free, but I keep the pressure on his back. He eventually gets the message and lays down. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the coyote was already not in a great position prior to her arrival here, because it was already partially domesticated from being fed by the first guy. So to be fair to her, I guess, you know, it was already not in a good position to survive outside. I'll get you something more comfortable soon. Okay. My leg brushes against the coffee table as I get up. A stray magazine catches my attention.
Jeez, Jesse, did you leave this too?
She left behind a magazine for you? A bag of lemongrass tea sits between the pages, acting as a bookmark. Did she not have anything else she could use at that time, or was she just lazy? Cabin creaks with the blowing of the wind. Pup's ears stiffen in alert as he quietly gazes at the closet door where all the ghosts are. The closet where I keep my human skeletons, my previous victims. I look down at the magazine. A map of the park is paired with the article. Every exit to the park is circled in red. Is that a warning? Wrapping up your stay. Leaving Yosemite. I feel like it's a sign. I feel like the park does not want us here. There have been scary noises and scary, angry trees, and it's dark and cold and freaky. And now there's like a mysterious magazine that doesn't belong to us that's like, get out of Yosemite. Now we're fading into the darkness. Oh, she's close now. The night breezes right past me. Every time I look up, the clock has passed another hour, and the gap only grows larger. In the corner, Pup gnaws at his ankle. His teeth chatter as he tries to chew the fleas off his skin. He's got fleas, too? There's fleas in your house! You have to live here! There's coyotes and fleas! I flip through this is stressing me the fuck out, the coyote thing. I'm so worried about the coyote. I flip through the thick stack of pages I've written on tonight and weigh them between my fingers. Not a bad way to break in a new journal. The soothing smell of fresh primer puffs out at me as I fold it shut. A yawn slips out of me as I shamble over to the bookcase. Light reading before bed is never a bad way to end the night, especially eerie nights like this. She's gonna open up her book and like the first page is gonna be like, the story of how a young park ranger was murdered in Yosemite National Forest. Yeah, the coziness is not happening. My stress levels are high. Frost has settled around the edges of the windows. A touch of fog strokes the glass, and looking into the darkness beyond is like staring into the black of a pupil. Warmth and comfort flicker in my chest as I run my finger over the spines of every book. Okay, we've got an atlas, accessing Yosemite. Best day hikes, Yosemite National Park. Corruption in the National Park Service, the Yosemite Mafia. I want to read that one. I gotta find out about the Yosemite Mafia. Well, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. I'll catch you next time. Complete Guide to Yosemite National Park. Almost every book, brochure, and magazine here trails back to Yosemite, other parks, or the National Park Service itself in one way or another, which would make sense because this is a cabin owned by the National Park Service. Even the few pieces of fiction can't escape it. Novels like The Yosemite or Yosemite Thunder. Can we wrap back around to the Yosemite Mafia? Can we read that one, please? Looking over the alphabetically ordered books, I start to notice gaps, missing volumes, spaces between books, kind you see at a library when something is checked out. Things only get more perplexing as I arrive at the bottom shelf. Whew. I mean, you know, the cabin is old, so people have probably just lost books over the years, right? That one actually does not seem that strange to me. The giant brand new shotgun seems weird to me. The mysterious howls that could not have possibly been made by that tiny little coyote pup, that was mysterious to me. The books, not so much. But it seems to be the only thing that she's, like, concerned about yet. A giant cardboard box sits alone on the shelf, bursting with stacks of paper and folders. Balancing at the very top is a pink folder with bright bubble letters drawn in crayon. Miwok Research. Surrounding the letters are crudely drawn squirrels and toothy rabbits. Some are colored in with precise strokes, never straying an inch outside of the lines. Okay, that's a little odd. I don't know who's keeping this crayon research. Others are so wildly scribbled in and trail so far outside the lines, I'm pretty sure an 8-year-old coming off of a sugar high could do better. So that makes it a bit difficult to tell. I was gonna say this was probably left here by like someone's kid, but if some of it is neat and some of it is not, I don't know. Is someone coming in? As I reach down to grab it, a drawn-out squeak sings from the kitchen. The distinct sound of bending hinges sends my heart racing into my throat. Is someone coming into my fucking house? That wasn't the cabin settling. Pup bares his teeth. A low vibrating growl rumbles out of his tiny body. He sounds primal and large. Yeah, he's a wild coyote. Just like earlier, his ears point into the air. He stares at the corner and I follow the direction of his snout. The closet. The skeletons they're coming out. This is the night that the skeletons came to life. Just a skip away from it, the cardboard by the sink hangs open, still easing to a stop. The cupboard by the sink. The hardwood floor bends beneath my feet as I walk over. Suddenly, I lose traction. My feet slide out from under me as I slip towards the counter. Oh my god, what is going on? Doors are opening, we're falling down, Coyote's going crazy. I yelp, my forehead almost colliding with the sharp corner of the counter. I reach my hand out and grasp it. The edge scrapes against my palm.
That was a little too close.
Okay, so we have almost died, day one, in the cabin. I give Pup a stern look, but he's still fixed on the closet door.
Did you do this?
How would he do this? For once, I hope the gross answer is the correct one. Oh, you think he peed on the floor and then you slipped in it? But looking ahead, a trail of water leads to the closet, and I start to think I'm not that lucky. Muffled clips of noise whisper from behind the door. What is opening the cupboard, though? Heavy breathing, quick bursts of movement, and then hushing. So there's people in there? Hushing each other? There's people whispering in my fucking closet? I remember what Jesse said today about this place. How past rangers thought it might be haunted. Snap out of it, Eve. I slap my cheeks and push the idea to the far reaches of my head. I don't know, it's seeming pretty probable now that it's haunted. If there's people whispering and opening doors in my house. There's only one explanation for this. One of those campers from earlier snuck in here somehow and is just trying to give me a good scare. People seem to make this assumption a lot in like ghost stories, that like someone is intentionally playing a trick on you. I have never heard of that happening in real life. I have never heard of a person trying to trick you into thinking a place is haunted outside of like Scooby-Doo. I feel like that is not a thing that happens to people. It would not occur to me in a million years that like someone is trying to fake a haunting on me. It somehow seems less likely to me than like just actual ghosts.
What did I tell you morons about sneaking around?
I project my voice, trying to muster up the same bravado my high school gym teacher always seemed to have.
You're trespassing on federal property. That's serious stuff. Come out now and I won't slap cuffs on you.
Does she have handcuffs? I guess she must, because she has the authority to arrest people. But it kind of seemed like the only equipment she had was like a sidearm. The noise stops. I count the seconds in my head, but nothing steps out of the closet.
Fine. Don't say I didn't warn you.
I stomp over to the door, making sure my steps are loud enough for whoever is on the other side to feel. Twisting the knob, I pull it open halfway. I genuinely have no idea what is inside of this closet. I have literally no clue what she's about to find in there. Okay, it is a ghost. Two pale eyes blink at me, poking out from beneath a yellowing sheet. Okay, it is a person in a ghost costume. What is this over here? I slammed the door shut. I didn't actually expect someone to be in there. Yeah, I mean, that's almost scarier than a ghost, is that there's like a human person in a costume hiding in the closet. I gasp as a bang rattles the closet door. Another bang as loud as a gunshot. The door bends from the hinges. Holy shit. This is very troubling. This is quite scary indeed. I stumble back. Oh my god. Hang on. Don't do that. Okay. My foot slips on another puddle, but I brace my legs. Somehow I'm standing. Why are there puddles everywhere? What the fuck is going on? There's a final explosive bang. The door swings against the wall. They broke the closet, like, doorknob, the lock. Every light in the cabin zaps off. Electricity surges down around me. We are dying. We didn't last one day in Yosemite National Park. The sudden darkness forces a scream out of me. I slap my hand over my mouth and swallow back the terror. They know where I'm at now. I breathe in quick panic bursts, then footsteps. What? Who are these people? There's like an elf lady, and there's a tiny ghost who's very small. Through the darkness, the form of a towering silhouette begins to take shape, looming in the doorway. Pup's growl devolves into a series of vicious barks. I stand my ground, puffing out my chest and sticking back my shoulders. What is going on here? Is she crazy tall, or is she, like, standing on something? She's towering above these, like, other two. Ghost, intruder, bear, whatever it is, it's all I can think to do. Anyway, I started blasting.
What do you want?
I call out to the lingering shadow. The shape of its head tilts as if asked something unexpected.
You do not belong here.
See, I knew it. I knew it. Forrest does not want us here. We gotta get the hell out of here. A voice rings out in the darkness, gravelly and dry, but also light, higher than I would expect a demonic presence to sound. Not that I believe it's a demonic presence or anything. I don't know what the fuck else it is. It teleported into your house, person you've never seen before in your whole life, and it made all the lights turn off and puddles all over the floor. Like, that sounds pretty demonic to me. Or at least, like, supernatural.
This is my post. And according to my supervisor, I do.
I don't think I'd be arguing with this. I don't think I'd be arguing with whatever entity just entered the house.
We do not concern ourselves with the laws of mortals.
It is interesting, though, that it's just arguing back with you and not just, like, blinking you out of existence or, like, shooting flames at you or something. A dim glow flickers from the closet, illuminating the figure in blood red. Water drips from their soaking hair, their bangs shadowing their eyes. They stand unnaturally straight, as stiff and dangly as a corpse. Colorful patterns weave around their leather clothes. Beads wrap around their neck. A girl? I mean, yes, clearly a girl. Are we going for, like, a Native American theme here? Like a... The ghost in the sheet hovers past her, floating in the air. Okay, so it is actually floating. It's not a person in a ghost costume. It's a ghost with a sheet over it. Okay. A shiver tinkles down my spine as it levitates several feet in front of me. This is very scary. I would be extremely concerned if this was happening to me. This has to be a prank. I don't think it's a prank. They're floating and turning lights off and making puddles appear. I think this is magic. I'm getting punked. Jesse and Ernie are in on it.
Leave us to our resting place.
Yeah, I'm pooped.
Okay, this one is a silly one. We've got a scary one and a silly one. The little one is silly. A high-pitched, energetic voice shouts out from the closet. The tall figure kicks back her leg. There's a yelp as the red light behind her flickers for a moment and then reappears.
No!
Yeah, she mad as hell. I would not be messing with this. Sorry, I'm out of here. I'm heading right back down the mountain. I am not staying in this house. Thunderous wind hammers against the cabin. Her shout reverberates through the wood. A moan howls from the sheet ghost, muffled by the fabric. It's spooky in the same way a child making ghost noises on Halloween is. You probably should have left your less spooky friend out of this one, because I feel like the main girl is very intimidating without the silly ghost that they brought along.
As much as I'd love to, and believe me, I would, I can't do that. I'm already on thin ice.
I would way rather be fired than killed by a ghost. I've got to be completely real with you, Eve. The tall figure stutters, and while I can't see her eyes, I can make out a deep frown.
Are you trying to reason with a vengeful spirit? Do you have any idea how ridiculous that is?
I mean, that's what I was saying, Ghostly Shadow. I agree. I think that's a bit silly.
Do you have any idea how ridiculous your request is?
I feel like it's a pretty typical ghost request. So, you know, get out of my house, my hallowed ground, my burial place of rest, whatever.
That isn't my problem. Basic instinct prioritizes survival over income. You understand?
That's exactly what I said.
Right?
I would rather
It's
be
not
fired than
complicated.
dead. Ghostly Shadow and I, we're on the same wavelength. She and I
Basic
are
instincts
matching this
get
with the same
written
energy.
over by basic training. Besides, it's not about the money. You're not a very perceptive spirit, are you?
Oh no. How does a ghost have a cough? How could that possibly be happening? You shouldn't have any germs inside you. Shouldn't have anything inside you. You're an apparition. You're a phantom. She shouts in her brooding, raspy voice, but it cracks apart and she breaks into a fit of coughs.
Just shut up, okay? Shut up!
The bravado in her voice is all but gone. The vengeful spirit is now merely a frustrated one.
If you stay here, then whatever happens is going to be your own fault.
So yeah, I'm a little bit. The red light behind her flares up, tinting the walls with a blazing glow. Pup's barks return with killing intent. Coyote, attack! The sheet ghost lunges at me through the air. It'd be funny if, like, under the sheet, the other person also has a coyote. Like, there's a ghost coyote that the ghost has trained to fight me and my real coyote. I spin around, diving for the gun cabinet. I'm not sure that guns work on ghosts. We could try. Come on, Jessie, come on. Please tell me you forgot to lock it. Horrible oversight on her part, if that's what happened. I pull the handle and the door opens with my momentum. Yep, unlocked. Unlocked pump-action shotgun here in the Ranger's cabin. I knew I could always count on you, Jessie. Remind me to take you out to dinner if I don't die here. The shotgun still leans against the back of the cabinet, undisturbed and untouched. I reach up and grab for it. The metal crushes my chest as I hoist it. I'm hoisting it into position. I swear to God I can read. Adrenaline pumps through me. Me too, girl. This is why I'm fucking all the words up. It's the adrenaline. It's all the excitement of this ghost battle. I push down on the safety, wrap my finger around the trigger. Strands of hair stick to my face as I stare down the barrel. At my feet, the sheet ghost stares at me, now firmly on the ground, directly in my sight. My trigger finger shakes. I shake. I mean, it kind of sounded like there was a child under there. I don't know that I would aim the shotgun at the ghost. I think I would aim the shotgun at the other one, the one with the elf ears, and not at, like, the baby one. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be thinking straight in this scenario, to be fair to my girl Eve. But I like to think I would not aim a shotgun at something that may or may not be a child. The temperature of my blood plummets and my body freezes with cold sobriety. This isn't what I wanted from this job. Shooting and killing and battling for my life. I never wanted to hurt people, to point guns at them, or punch them in the face. All I wanted was to protect. The fabric draped over the ghost stretches back. Pup dances around its feet, his tail wagging as he tugs away the sheet like a game of tug-of-war. The feet fall to the ground. The sheet falls to the ground. I finally get to see what, or rather who, is attached to those wiry legs. It's gonna be a child. Yeah, it's a little kid. It's an angel! It's a baby angel. We were about to shoot a baby angel. If we hadn't taken that wild coyote into our home, we would have gone to hell for 1,000,000 years. Like a burglar caught in the act, she stands there, wide-eyed and trembling. Leaves rustle off her tiny beige dress, but there always seems to be more stuck to her. Even her long, brushed-out hair has twigs and leaves shaped into a wreath resting on top of her head. But more interesting than all of that are the pair of wings protruding from her back, feathery and white like an angel's in a painting.
A kid?
Yeah, this is not a person that you want to end up shooting point blank inside of your house. Not that there's anyone that you particularly want to end up shooting point blank, but I would say this is, like, probably, like, the last person. Baby angel is probably the worst case scenario for people to shoot. A little one at that. I could scoop her up in both arms if I wanted to.
What on earth do you think you're doing?
Shooting a baby, it looks like. Apparently. The shadowy ghost stomps across the floorboards, making a beeline directly for me. Panicked, I shift the gun to her, but she's already towering over me. She is crazy
Not
tall.
Another step.
Her green eyes glare at me. In their intense anger, they almost seem to glow as she grips her hand around the shotgun. I close my eyes and let my voice tumble into a shriek.
Get away!
I pulled the trigger. Did anything happen? I didn't hear, like, a gunshot. Twice? Nothing. Okay, it doesn't work on... I guess it doesn't work on them. You can't shoot them, it's not possible. That's good. That's good to know. You know, there was no reality in which we ended up shooting this little girl. That can't be right. My eyes snap open just in time to see her wrestle the gun from me.
I thought they taught you goons better than to go around and point these things at people.
Yeah, I mean... Probably shouldn't. You were threatening to kill her, though. In fairness to Eve. You know, I've got to come to my girl's defense a little bit. You did say you were gonna kill her. You did break into her house and threaten to kill her. So if you are gonna point a gun at somebody, I feel like that is typically considered the circumstance to do it in. She moves to remove the bullets from the chamber, except there are none.
And if you do, then make sure they're loaded. Did they
Oh, it
hire
wasn't
you out
magic
of
or anything. It wasn't magic, there just are no bullets in my shotgun. I glance back into the cabinet. A small box of shells sits discarded in the corner. Of course. Classic me. You try to shoot a ghost and there's no bullets in the gun. Classic Eve scenario. I slump further into my back. This is it. I'm dead. Probably what I deserve. You punch somebody one time, you get killed by vengeful ghosts. The little girl, paler than the sheets she was wearing, looks up at the bigger ghost. Her eyes swell with tears.
Yosemite!
That is where we are. Correct. She lets out a timid squeak and dashes behind her bigger friend. She wraps herself around her legs, content to stay only half hidden as she sniffles. So there are girls who are national parks. There are girls who are personified national parks in this game. I'm assuming that this taller girl is Yosemite National Park in the form of an anime woman.
I don't want to do this anymore.
So I was correct. I'm vindicated about the plot of this game.
Zion.
This is Zion? Oh, I love Zion National Park. I haven't been to a lot of national parks, to be fair, but I have a special affection for the Southwest and the beautiful landscapes there. She brings the little one in closer and frowns, watching small tears trickle down her cheeks. From far away, she looked like a creature from a horror movie. Unnatural blue hair with frosted white tips. Actually kind of looks like black hair with frosted blue tips, but who am I to say? Her entire body drenched in that red glow. But after seeing her up close and watching the concern wash over her, she almost seems like a normal girl who is a national park. Almost.
Zion? Yosemite? Just who are you people?
It's two random women named after national parks. Her head twists back to me. My shoulders tense up as I scoop back, but there's nowhere else to go.
Silence, mortal. We have haunted these grounds long before you were here.
There's something really funny to me about the fact that she can just choose to echo her voice like that whenever she feels like it. The red light from the closet fades away. The lamps surge back on along with the rest of the power.
And we shall haunt them long after you've returned
To the ground.
She kind of sounded like she lost her momentum there. She thought, she had a second thought while she was in the middle of saying that. She pauses. I blink at her. She blinks at me.
Yellowstone?
Yeah, boss?
Oh good, Yellowstone is here as well. There's more national park girls. The closet answers back.
Wanna tell me why the lights are back on?
So, it's getting dark.
Well, 'cause I flipped them back on, duh.
Yeah, that would explain it.
I can see that. But why?
I slowly reach for the gun. One chance to take it back. Maybe even the shells, too. Blow all of their heads off.
'Cause the jig's up. She's not buying it anymore.
Oh, you've got a volcano head. Hey, I don't know if you've noticed this. I don't know if anyone has pointed this out to you before, but you do have a volcano head. Your head just sort of fades away into a volcano on the top of your head. Like somebody used the blur tool between the top of your head and a volcano, and now there's a volcano there. In case you weren't aware. A teenage girl springs out of the closet. Her clothes are a colorful array of pastel, and her bright twin tails bounce up and down. She'd be the most normal-looking one out of all of them, if not for one distracting detail. Her scrunchies. Spouting from the top of her head like a mountain erupting from the ground is a giant cone. Flattened at the top in various shades of brown, it reminds me of a volcano from a child's science project. Is it a costume? A hat? Does not look like a costume or a hat, though. It looks like a part of her head. Or something kind of just smushed into her head. Looks like it blends right into her hair.
See? She's already getting ready to flip your lid.
To flip your lid. The bigger one glances back at me. In my confused daze, I completely forgot about my hand hovering over the gun. Completely forgot I was pointing a gun at somebody with the full intention of killing them. Rolling her eyes, she yanks it away and slides it to the other end of the room. This has to be like one of the most like dire. Is it a dating sim? I don't know if it's a dating sim, but it's it's very high stakes. She squats down. With a flat stare, she gives me a flick on the forehead. A dull pain ripples through my skull.
I know you're eager to take my home away from me again, but let me sort this out first. Okay, gunslinger?
I soothe my forehead while grinding my teeth into fine powder. I'm going to have to eat with my gums for the rest of my life as a result of this conversation.
No, not okay. How about you try doing that again?
A slimy grin squirms across her face. Very nasty, and she raises her hand again, thumb and finger ready. I brace for the next flick, but before it can come, Pup hops to my rescue and lunges at her ankle. She stumbles away in time, but Pup stands his ground in front of me, snarling. You feed a coyote once. You know what they say, if you give a coyote a can of food.
What did I ever do to you? I give you belly rubs and everything.
It's that can of food, dude. It's all they need. And then, coyotes serve you for life. I think I love this little guy a little more with every passing minute.
Zion, sweetie, can you keep the fluff ball at bay for me?
The little girl, who has since retreated into the kitchen with her other friend, gives a quick nod. I like how Yosemite was like, how can I re-involve the child in this life or death situation? With wild animals and guns, threats to people's lives. Let's make sure the little girl is directly in the center of that, please. With intense focus, she flaps her little wings and drifts across the room, patting her lap as she calls for Pup.
Hey, boy. Wanna play?
She puckers her lips to whistle, but only air comes out. When she realizes that won't work, she clicks her tongue. Digging into her hair, she untangles a twig and then waves it around for all to see. Presumably mostly for the coyote to see, though.
I grew a new stick for you. Please like it.
Please like it! Pup's head snaps up. His snarl melts into a smiling pant as he dashes over, so no loyalty whatsoever, actually. He is not one to stand his ground. The coyotes play at all sides, as long as he comes out on top, completely forgetting about his duty to protect me.
This was a disaster.
Yeah, it kind of seems like nobody got what they wanted out of this whole interaction. The tall girl pinches the bridge of her nose and sighs.
No small part thanks to your lack of commitment.
She turns to the one in the kitchen, whose head is bobbing back and forth to a silent melody.
I was tired.
What song do you think she's thinking of? What song would you be thinking of if you were, what did she say, Yellowstone National Park? Any songs associated with Yellowstone National Park? I wouldn't know. She slumps over the counter and groans.
Oh, we've done this like 1,000,000 times. It's the pits.
Did all of the other forest rangers also attempt to shoot you in the head?
We do it because it works. That last guy rarely stepped foot in here after we gave him a good scare.
So, they really did think it was haunted.
I mean, it kind of seems like it is haunted. Like, I'm understanding that these are not, like, traditional ghosts, but they definitely are, like, supernatural beings that showed up to threaten your life. Like, I would define that as haunted. I think this falls into the category, yeah, of haunted.
She's different. Dollface over there put up a fight.
Oh, interesting. So we've got kind of a Brooklyn accent from Yellowstone. I wonder, why is that? That's nowhere near Brooklyn. Dollface! I'd be annoyed if this wasn't so confusing. I'm a little confused myself, girl.
You don't like nobody.
She's Snoopy.
She's Snoopy? She gives me a suspicious eye. She's a Snoopy. The feeling is mutual. Conehead grabs the tea kettle from the stove and skips over to us. I like how she heard the other two, like, called by name one time, and then she was able to remember both of their names. We definitely already heard this girl referred to as Yellowstone, but she does not care. She has already decided that she does not know her name. She will remain question marks.
That's kind of why I like her.
She flips open the kettle's lid and holds it up to her tall friend. The tall one wrings out her hair like a wet rag. Water, more than any sponge could retain, flows into the kettle. That's disgusting. Hey, okay, that's gross. When she stops, the water is near the top and her hair is bone dry. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, even if it's incorrect.
Fumes begin to wisp out from the opening at the top of Conehead. A red glow crackles beneath it. The volcano thing. Seriously, what the hell? Delicately, she balances the kettle on the top of her head. Oh, okay, so we're making boiled hair water.
Lemongrass again?
Please, and don't sneak
We're making
sugar in it
tea
this
with
time.
boiled hair water. Steam begins to rise from the spout of the kettle, followed by a simmering whistle. The whistling gets louder and the arguing drags on. Pup barks as he rushes across the room to fetch the stick. The steam grows thicker. And as the noise builds and builds and builds, I feel my blood boiling in my veins. Oh, she's getting mad again. The anger's taking back over. Her internal darkness. Her dark passenger. Any fear I had has been suppressed by the intense need for some peace and quiet, for some clarification, for something to actually make sense for once. I climb to my feet and draw in as much air as my lungs can take.
Will somebody give me some answers?
Fair enough. This does seem like a bit of a frustrating situation. The chatter fizzles out. The winged girl shrinks back, hugging Pup close to her chest. The kettle sounds like a train whistle. All eyes are on me. Finally.
Now, will one of you tell me who exactly you people are? I've never heard of a ghost that can touch people. Or
Oh, that's the
one
part
having
that's throwing you?
wings? Or whatever that thing on your head is. Are they costumes? What is your deal?
I mean, I think that they are creatures of some type. The leader of the three scoffs and turns away with folded arms.
Oh, is that all you wanted to know? I could tell you that much.
Please do. Please elaborate on the situation.
Don't tell her our secrets.
No, do tell her our secrets.
Cool ya jets. I'm just gonna tell her who we are. But first,
She
I
can't
want to know
decide
who
if
she
she's
is.
committing to the accent or not. She only has it in very specific phrases. She looks up at me with a big expectant grin. The other two stare, awaiting an answer to spring from the stiff silence.
My name is Eve. I'm a...
Park Ranger! Ranger?
I work here.
You are a ranger, right? You have the hat. Satisfied with my non-answer, she gives an affirming nod, the kettle bouncing on her head.
Howdy-o, Eve. Nice to meet ya. In case you didn't catch it, I'm Yellowstone.
She didn't catch it, somehow. I caught it, so don't worry about that. She points to the wall with the paintings.
This Earth Angel is Zion. She's a cutie pie, and I love her lots.
Okay, we caught that much. Zion's pale cheeks turn red as she gives a little wave.
Love you lots, too.
I think what Eve was asking is more like, are you literally the national parks? In spirit form? I don't think she was
And then
asking
there's
for your
Yosemite.
names.
She's like our big sister. I love her lots, too, even when she's being a crab.
Yosemite says nothing. She's busy being a crab. I glance at the paintings and pair each one with a girl.
So, are you each named after a park? Are they nicknames?
Yeah, I think her confusion is more like, what does that mean? Yellowstone tilts her head and blinks.
No,
She points to herself.
I'm Yellowstone.
You're gonna need to clarify further, I think. She backs away and rushes over to Zion, hugging her from behind.
This is Zion.
She runs back to Yosemite and smacks her back. I could practically feel the loud slaps as Yosemite nearly leaps out of her skin.
And this is Yosemite.
Yes, we have established that much. Somehow the kettle stays balanced on top of Yellowstone's head through all of this. It's probably because there's a flat surface for it to rest on. I try putting 2 and 2 together, but I keep ending up with 5.
So, what are you saying? You are the parks?
I mean, yeah, it seems like that's the case. Her face scrunches in thought. The steam evaporating seems like it could be coming from her brain itself. She looks to Yosemite for answers. Yosemite nods.
Sure, that works.
That works. Is that true or not?
All
Yes
right.
or no?
I'm radioing my supervisor.
But why?
Because there are strange people in here.
Told you no one would understand.
I don't know how you're pulling off these magic tricks, but trouble is trouble. And you three are definitely that.
Yeah, okay, that much seems like a fair assessment. I don't know if your supervisor can really do anything about it, but, you might as well ask, right? I spin around and start for the desk. Panic warps Yellowstone's face as she switches between me and Yosemite. The kettle whistles above her until finally she decides to hand it off to Yosemite.
1 sec.
She throws the kettle of boiling water at us, giving us third-degree burns and life-altering injuries. She snatches my wrist. The fumes from her head puff behind her as I try to pull myself away.
Let go!
Do you just not believe us?
Not really.
I don't believe you.
Strange thing to
trust
say.
You, and most importantly, I don't want to deal with you.
My feet drag as I tug her behind me. Her grip is surprisingly firm. With each step, she squeezes harder until I can feel her fingers pressing into my bone. Damn.
What if I can prove it?
Don't bother.
I don't know
Just get your painting and the rest of your stuff.
I don't know what
need
would
to
be
go away
considered
for a
proof of this, to be honest with you. I could not imagine what I could possibly watch you do that would convince me that you were the spirit of a national park. And clearly something's going on, because this girl is flying around with wings, but I don't know what I would think it was. She ignores Yosemite and keeps pulling, digging her heels into the floor. Her grunts get more pained as she wraps another hand around my forearm.
Please! Just a chance!
Our conga line passes Zion and Pup. Pup's tail wags as he looks to her, waiting for scratches and pets. They really kind of seem to think that this is the puppy. You said it's a coyote. I don't think they behave this way. I don't think they do the same stuff that dogs do. Zion looks up at me with her big, sorrowful eyes that only seem to get bluer as she gets sadder. We've all got blue eyes around here, okay? Except for green eyes. With this, and it's nothing special, alright? Pup paws at her dress. His ears flop. The single heartstring inside me tingles. There's that fiddle again. I sigh, stopping before Yellowstone can yank my arm from its socket. I just love that puppy too much.
30 seconds.
This dog has saved their life like 3 times. See, now I'm doing it. Now I'm acting like it's a dog. It's not a damn dog. It is a wild animal. Yellowstone smirks. A twinkle sparkles in her eye. Gripping my wrist tighter, she turns to Yosemite.
Back in a jiffy.
Back in a jiff.
What could she possibly be doing?
Wait! Yellowstone!
Static crackles through my vision. The ground gives way beneath me and I plummet down. This is like that part in SpongeBob where Squidward falls through the hole through like a hell portal for like an entire day. That's where me and Yosemite are. Or me and Yellowstone, rather. Further and further, falling towards nothing. Hopeless dread washes over me like a smothering wave. Allow me to show you a vision of purgatory, and then darkness. Howling wind blasts through my hair. I hear leaves rustle as the air rips past my cheek. My legs dangle below me. I look down. I wish I hadn't. Where could we possibly be? Are we in Yellowstone now? Far below me, a thick forest sprouts from the jagged side of a mountain, hundreds of feet of air between me and the bottom. She's holding me off the edge of a cliff.
Hey, how's
Why
it
is
hanging?
it so scary? Why is this game so frightening? I look up to see Yellowstone's peering over the cliff, still holding my arm. The moonlight spotlights her gigantic grin. Oh my god!
Oh god!
My poor character!
Cool view, right? Do you believe me now?
I flip my head in all directions, but all I see are far-off silhouettes of other hills and mountains, all of which look like anthills from up here. The scream finally breaks through. The terror overwhelms me. The horror of my situation. Louder than I knew I had in me. Higher, too. It travels far into the distance.
Help, 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 pull me up!
Whoa, stop moving so much. I'm gonna lose my grip.
Oh my god.
Don't let go, don't let go.
What if she just kills me here? What if that's the end of the game? My body swings like a pendulum. I grip Yellowstone's hand tighter.
Aw, you don't like it?
No, most people don't like being dangled over the side of a mountain.
No! No, take me back!
She whines, puffing her cheeks out as she pouts.
Jeez Louise, don't flip your wig.
Is this how people spell Jeez Louise? I don't think I've ever seen it spelled like that. I'm pulled upwards like I'm being sucked up by a vacuum. The wind tunnels around me. And then I'm back in the cabin. The warmth feels like a hug, and my legs feel like jelly. I drop to my knees and catch my shallow breath. Yosemite paces around the room, stopping in her tracks as soon as she sees us.
You! Is your brain made of mush? What were you thinking?
I was thinking I wanted to kill this girl by dropping her off the side of a mountain. Yellowstone sticks her arms out like the wings of a plane and spins around the room. She is so whimsical and delightful. Zion giggles as Yellowstone circles around her. Pup sits impatiently below them, his tail sweeping back and forth across the floor. I rock back and forth in traumatized terror after my near-death experience.
That I can make her believe, duh. I think it worked out pretty
Whoa.
well.
Why? Where are you going?
Does she look well to you?
Oh no, she's making me dizzy. Why is she circling around me like that? My teeth chatter as I try to warm myself. I'm shaking. My entire body is shaking.
I was here, and then I wasn't, and now I'm... What the... Oh god.
The plane runs out of jet fuel and Yellowstone stops.
No, but I thought we could finally...
There's some very abrupt changes in tone happening here.
Listen to me.
Her voice is sharp and serious. Zion winces. She squats down and grips Yellowstone's shoulders, meeting her at eye level.
What if something happened? What if she got lost or hurt? What would you have done then?
I mean, you threatened to kill her earlier, to be fair, so, it doesn't seem like any of you were that concerned about Eve's safety.
Or worse, what if something had happened to you? There's a reason I try to keep us hidden. You know what they're capable of, what they can do.
She mutters to herself.
Of course, that's all out the window now.
Now they have to kill me. I'm not sure if this is a dating sim or not, but it certainly is a National Park visual novel. The cheerfulness leaking out of Yellowstone seems to have dried up. Yosemite's grip on her loosens and she shrinks away.
Guess I messed up pretty bad again, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was a pretty fucked up thing to do. Yosemite gives a deep sigh. Reminds me of a disappointed parent. Zion tugs at Yellowstone's hand.
I think you did a good job, Yellowstone.
Okay, well at least, this child believes that it was the right thing to do. Yellowstone gazes down at her with a sad smile, then squeezes her hand back. A long yawn squeaks out of Zion, high enough that only the tail end of it is audible.
Looks like someone's sleepy.
She rubs her tired eyes and nods.
Mm-hmm.
Yosemite combs her fingers through Zion's fairy tale hair. I'm still a little caught up on... I'm still a little caught up on my character's mental breakdown. I kind of want to get back to her and see if she's alright. But, we can have this little banter first.
Well, the human and I negotiate.
Right.
Okie dokie.
That's the saddest okie dokie I've ever heard.
I'll be
She
right
doesn't
there to
sound
tuck
okie
you
dokie
in.
at all.
Might even tell you that story about the swallow you like so much.
Swallow story? I don't
She likes it so much she doesn't even know what you're talking about. For a moment, Yosemite freezes. Then she shakes out a chuckle.
No, of course. Why would you?
Does she have, amnesia or something? Oh my god, they started, sad music after that, too. What's wrong with her? Why doesn't she know about anything? Oh, there goes the dog. On the way! Leading her by the hand, Yellowstone pulls Zion along to the bathroom, where they live, I guess. Pup trots along behind them. When the door shuts, Yosemite turns back to me. Her posture stiffens, perfectly straight and all business as she walks over to me.
You alive?
I mean, I would date this character, to be honest. Probably not the other two. One of them's a child and the other one is part volcano. But this character I would date. She towers over me like a giant sequoia. I feel her footsteps vibrate beneath me as she gets closer.
Just leave me alone!
Yeah, reasonable reaction at this point. Reasonable crash out. I crawl to the nearest corner and hunker down, using one of Zion's fallen branches as a shield.
Relax. I'm not actually going to eat you, or whatever you think I planned on doing.
Then why did you say that you would? I hurl the branch at her. It skims past her shoulder.
I don't care! Just go!
A lump catches in my throat. I look around at the mess that's been made, the streaks of water on the floor, the tossed away gun, and the open cabinets. All of my skeletons, previously piled in the closet, laid out across the floor. I took a look at the whole cabin, small and homey, but I still know what it's really for. It's a purgatory. Bum bum bum, a sanitarium to clean me of any lingering pride. Everybody's teamed up against me. They all want me to die out here. This is my punishment, and if that's the case, then maybe it's not actually a purgatory. Maybe it's actually hell. Oh my god. Why is the energy so dark and brooding in this game? I bring my head to my knees and keep it there.
Hey, are you okay? I'm sorry about that stunt she pulled. Yellowstone always gets too excited for her own good.
Yeah, no, I'm not okay. That was the scariest shit that's ever happened. Her voice softened, sounding more like she's talking to Zion than a foolish mortal.
Just leave. Please.
I swallow back the emotion, but my voice still cracks. This voice actress is actually doing a really nice job.
I just want today to end. I'm tired.
Like I said, like her mic quality's not great, so it's a little fuzzy. But you know, I can't throw stones on that account. But like I feel like she's doing a really nice job. Like, you know, you can definitely hear the emotion. She swoops down in front of me.
Well, you're in luck, because I have a truce to propose.
Excellent. I look up from my knees and sniff. Yosemite is inches away from my face. She gives me a gentle grin.
I'm listening.
To get right down to it, we're exhausted too. It's been a long day for us, so how about we
What
let
could
you
you guys
sleep
have
here for the
possibly been
night,
doing?
and then, in the morning, you can call your supervisor and send us on our way.
You think I'm dumb enough to fall for that? You'll murder me in my sleep.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of seems like they might. They don't want anyone up here, and you know their secret, so...
In the time it would take to strangle you, I could read half of an entire book. Why waste my
What?
time with it? Besides,
Okay,
wouldn't
can
you
you
rather
read a
not
book
have three
in like 2 minutes?
trespassers
Or
wandering the park at night?
does it take you a really long time to strangle somebody? Which one of those two facts is true about you? She's not wrong. I have the campground to think about too. If they started causing trouble with campers, this could spiral even further out of control. So I better just sleep in the same
take
room
the
with
olive
them.
branch. I'm trying to play nice.
Think about it for a moment. How I might wake up being smothered by a pillow. How I might not even wake up at all. Or if I do, how they might not even be here at all. But it's dark and late and my brain is slush and fog. Okay, this is fair enough, I guess. She's like, well, it kind of seems like this is a terrible idea, but also I don't care about anything. I'm so fucking tired. So I humor her.
I'm not going to get a bullet to the face while sleeping, am I?
Be a pretty fucked up way to end a dating sim, wouldn't it?
Only Neanderthals use guns. I think you're proof enough of that.
Actually, I feel like famously Neanderthals did not use guns. I feel like they were very well known for using like sticks and like sharpened pieces of rocks. It's an insult, but she chuckles. It's not very funny to me. I think again, maybe it was funny.
And I get the bed?
Her joking smile is stripped away. She sighs.
I guess there are sleeping bags around here we can use. So what do you say? Do we have a deal? Or is this night going to get even longer?
Gotta be the deal. I don't know what else we can do about it, except try to kill each other again, I suppose. Could have another gunfight. She extends her hand, and for the first time I notice her ears poking out from under her hair. You didn't notice that? It was the first thing I noticed about this character. Both are slender and pointed, with tips as sharp as daggers. I don't know who these people are, or even what they are, but I do know that I need some damn sleep. I grab her warm hand and she hoists me onto my feet.
You've got yourself a deal, but you're out of here first thing in the morning.
She's giving us her flashlight hand again. I wonder what she's supposed to be holding this time. Wow. Well, we met the National Park girls, so we can call that a mission accomplished. Alright, I'm gonna keep things pretty short and sweet today, because I worked a full day, so these are probably gonna end up getting a little shorter, closer to 2 hours rather than 3. And I think that's a pretty good place to take a break for now, because I'm afraid we're gonna start and get into another really long scene. But I think I would like to come back and keep playing this game. I'll probably play more Date Everything on Tuesday, and then come back to this next Thursday. But this is cute, and I'm curious to see where this is headed. It's actually not cute. It's actually weirdly dark and kind of scary, which I like. So yeah, I anticipate coming back to my friends' National Park Girls and seeing what they have in store for us. With that being said, does this autosave? Data. I see data. Oh, it looks like it does. Maybe. I think it's autosaving. This looks like it's autosaving. Yeah, there's load screens. So yes, okay, we're set to go. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead to the main menu, and I'm gonna call it quits for today. Thank you guys for joining me for something a little bit new and different. And I'm gonna try to diversify a little bit more, play different kinds of games. Probably keeping things in this sort of anime dating sim sphere, at least for now. But, I want to see a variety of stuff. With that being said, I think that's all I've got for you. So I'll catch you guys next time. Bye! Thank you for hanging out!